And gents, this is Miss Trey That Jimmy. You are watching Gem Spot TV. Put on a little lip gloss or something, because I'm about to go to bed, y'all. Believe it or not, it is late. But I had to push out some videos because I have not been doing videos like that. That's not good. Okay, this is about to be a review on Lucy, which was in theaters. It hit theaters last Friday. Today is Wednesday at about 1-some in the morning. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about Lucy. Okay, so I knew from the previews I really wanted to see it because I just like to see things with a lot of action and stuff that challenge your mind and make you really think. Like if some of this stuff was really truly possible, how extraordinary the human race would really be. You know what I mean? So it basically is depicted upon evolution. Okay, I'm one that does not discount the theory of evolution, because to me, somebody had to put the cell there, or something or some being had to put the cell there in order for it to replicate. Or not just to say one, the cells replicated, okay, and created human life. Okay, so every time I've always had that, people always try to have that argument with me because they know my faith. The first thing they say, how can you discount evolution? I'm not discounting evolution, but I believe the Bible, okay, period. And the Bible does not discredit anything that was said in this movie. I'm going to tell you how. Except like us being monkeys. I just don't believe that the human race started as monkeys. That's my opinion. A lot of people, a lot of atheists and different things like that will have issues with that saying. My question to you is, everything that evolves, it evolves and it no longer exists. So if we were once monkeys, why do monkeys and apes, chimpanzees still exist? If it evolves into something and it does not stay the state it was before. So that's my question to you. Okay, so I don't believe that we evolved from monkeys. I always think that we were human beings. However, to the extent of the human being that we are today, I don't think that we are what we were then now, because you got to look at it. The Earth's climate was different. How we were susceptible to certain climates, we had to adapt. Everything about the human race adapts to its climate. It adapts to survive. Okay, even scientifically, if you look at the blood of a person from Chicago, Illinois, to the blood from someone living in maybe Phoenix, Arizona, our blood is thicker than their blood. Why? Because humans adapt to their climates. Okay, and so the reason to why is because it gets cold here. We say once a year, but come on, let's be honest, Chicago, about twice a year, you know, twice, 2 seasons out of the 4, we experience pretty cold weather. You know, so to take a person from Chicago, Illinois, and move them to Phoenix, Arizona, chances are what will happen is they're going to be super hot for their first year they live there, because their body has not totally adapted to the climate that's there. Okay, so I'm saying all of this before I get into the movie, because I'm going to say what I took from it and what I liked about it, and how I just seen the word of God come alive. Okay, let's go into it. So it starts off with a young lady who basically is partying, living. Her name is Lucy. She partying, she living a party life, and she's dating this guy who you can tell is not on the up and up. So he keeps telling her he wants her to take this briefcase up some stairs in a hotel, and he doesn't even know what's inside the briefcase. So needless to say, he suckers her into taking the briefcase up the stairs because he changed it to her. Long story short, because I don't want to tell all details because some people may have not seen the movie. So needless to say, this illegal drug that she has in this briefcase, they surgically put on the inside of her. They're supposed to be taking her to the airport, but somebody basically takes her not to the airport right away. They take her somewhere else. And she kind of ticks off the person that kidnapped her, and he kicks her until the actual experimental drug explodes on the inside of her. Now, the drug that is synthetic, it's a synthetic form of a chemical hormone that women produce when they're pregnant. Okay? And so too much of this can actually kill you, or do what it did for her, make her brain cells or her brain, her mind evolve. Okay, so this is what's ending up transpiring. She's starting to tap into, because humans, we only use 10% of our brain. Okay, now the doctor that was talking about, the doctor that was played by Morgan Freeman, talks about the theory of if the human race had certain percentage of their brains operable. Now, if you all believe in Jesus and you read Genesis 11, it talks about the Tower of Babel and how those nations got together and they all spoke one language. They were on one accord, and they literally saw the heavens, and they said, listen, we're going to build a tower to get to God. Now, the theory that the doctor, which is played by Morgan Freeman, was putting out there was that once you get to a certain part of your mind, you're able to literally communicate without even opening your mouth, because everything sends off a signal, sends off communication. And so that's what transpired in this. Okay, so the Tower of Babel, if you don't know, if not familiar, Genesis 11, basically it talked about a people that were able to communicate with each other. They were on one accord. They were on, it was like they were here with it, you know. Needless to say, God looked down and seen that they were literally building this tower, and it was getting taller, and it was reaching almost to the heavens. What am I saying? There was no equipment in Genesis 11 to make them move matter and things like that. Okay? So what they're saying is somehow the humans had the ability to use more than 10% of their brain. Okay? According to Genesis 11, God literally stepped down and divided their languages and kind of like was like, no, you know, we got to put this group of people here, this nation here, this nation here. And he began to kind of separate things. Okay? According to his theory, and you know, dolphins use 20% of their brain, okay? Or their mind, or brain, I should say. And they literally send off signals to one another, where they're able to communicate and send off radioactive signals from their brain to any fish or any, you know, within the sea. Okay, he talks about how if you get 40%, how you be able to move things and kind of listen to people talk, you know, just different theories or whatever. So needless to say, they were showing that some of his theories were pretty accurate when it came to her. I don't know if this is an actual study that's out there. So she began to become very knowledgeable. I mean, just about different things around her, very knowledgeable. She started seeing that the trees literally were alive, to you tree cutter downers, that they were alive and they were actually sending off signals. Now, we all know that the trees sent off something called H2O. Okay? No, I'm sorry. O2, oxygen. Okay? We breathe out hydrogen. The tree breathes out oxygen. That helps us. H2O is water. Sorry about that. Okay? So what ends up happening with the tree is it breathes off oxygen. We breathe out hydrogen. Hydrogen is the thing that helps trees to live. So we do know that there's a process going on within that tree that is living and breathing. Okay, so anything that lives and breathes, we understand that it has feelings. It has things where it can feel. Okay, right, now we getting somewhere. She began to see literally how the trees were giving off signals. And so if you haven't seen this movie, when I tell you it's off the chain, it's off the chain. So at the end, I'm going to jump start to the end. She begins to talk about how, I want to say this right. The human's brain capacity, because we only use 10%, and we've done a lot of things using 10%. They begin to show how, you know, we learned how to fly. We, you know what I mean, made airplanes, aerodynamics, how we were able to tap into aquaculture and literally invent different seeds, different things that will sustain our life, because crops won't grow certain, I mean, just different things that musically, how people begin to listen to music, musicality, and how things, I mean, just different things like that, and how things just really came together with just 10%. So she talked about how in that 10%, how man's ideas is to make things at its simplest point so people can kind of understand and pick it up and get it. Okay, she talks about that, and she begins to go into how we think everything is one, and she says everything starts off with 2. Okay, so everything is 2. Anything that we thought was 1 is 2. And I was like, wow, that's awesome. Even though a lot of us think that everything got to start at one single thing, she said, no, life, everything started off at 2. So we do know that the Bible say 2 is better than 1. Come on now, come on. And how 2 can send 10,000 to flight. So we know that, and Jesus sent them out wood 2 by 2. So y'all can't take the word out of what I do. I'm just saying you can't take the word out of it. But anyway, that's what I thought was the most interesting, and how things can move so fast to the point you think it's not there, but it's actually there. How the mind perceives things, picks up things, comprehends things, how we take knowledge in, and things like that. It was just really, it was a really good movie. It was a really good movie. And the theories that they put out there, it wasn't too much, you know, to handle. I think that everyone should try to go see it. She really began to talk about how time never leaves. It's like time is always going on. Woo! That's why I say in the Bible, one day with the Lord is like 1,000 years. I'm going to always love Jesus. I'm going to always love Yahshua, Yahweh, yes, always. So I'm going to see how to put all of that in it. So I'm just letting y'all know that's what I was taking from it. And I was just really taking it in. I really enjoyed Lucy. 1 to 5 gems. I give it a 4. It was good. It had some action moments. It had a lot of moments that made you think. different things like that. Is something that if you love science, you will actually love this movie. If you just love action movies, you will love this movie. But if you love science, you will really love this movie. Okay. Yeah, so that's my take on Lucy. Lucy was good. What's her name? We had to show her acting skills. Morgan Freeman was a great supporting actor in this. It was really good. Okay, so go check out Lucy in your local theaters. Diamonds and gents. Diamonds, you are the toughest on the tear on the earth, ladies, and there's none like you. Gents, you're no longer boys when you watch this channel. And to all my darlings, appreciate you, babies. Mwah.